How's it going, everyone? I think today I'd like to share with you my plans for this channel moving forward. I know in the past that I've done video game content, and it's going to sound like I'm doing more video game content moving forward, but please bear with me while I try and explain how me playing a game is not the same as me producing video game content. When I first made this channel, I was in the military, I was kind of having a great time, and I thought to myself, well, hey, the barrier to entry on making YouTube videos is pretty low. I know how to play games. I play games all the time, and hey, I could probably make worthwhile commentary. And then it sort of became an exasperated joke about an identity that I wanted to have for myself, but was too cowardly to admit that I wanted. And that was hidden under the mask of Sticky Basket. I know I don't have an upload schedule that's really consistent or anything, but I would like to change that, I think, this year. Even though I've had this channel for a few years, I might restart in introducing myself because so much has changed from when I first made the channel. I look back at some of the old content, which I still have delisted on here or unlisted, and honestly, I say things like, oh, better dead than red, and like anti-communist propaganda. And at the same time, the views I have now are so much more well-informed than the views I had when I experienced the world through a retro-futuristic post-apocalypse with Fallout 3 rhetoric in the Operation Anchorage DLC. That's not a good basis to form a political viewpoint on, nor is the basis of Ron Paul in the year 2012. But that didn't stop me from being that person before I came to terms with who I am now. So, without further ado, my name is Chloe, and I am Sticky Basket. I have been the whole time. When I begun acting, I think that's what made me realize that I am drawn to wearing masks. And Sticky Basket was a mask I created to cope with how much I wanted attention and at the same time felt as if I had very little to say. And then I would consume content on YouTube where people would talk about nothing for hours, and they would play games and be talking about nothing. And I wouldn't necessarily get entertainment value out of it, but it felt comforting to know that someone was there solving problems and doing things even while I was just kind of hanging out. And I think there is something in that contentedness with consumption of content that is what drew me to want to make content in the first place. Long form rambling content is honestly my favorite, and I wish I were more articulate so I could speak without like taking breaks or questioning what I'm going to say next. But a lot of times I get paralyzed by this feeling as if I'm not good enough to have anything worth saying. And at the end of the day, that's not true. And I think that everyone's capable of growing, and honestly, I think a lot is to be had in sharing the experiences I go through. And that's why I was so happy to see some of you after the last video. That was just a video in relation to an acting class I was taking. But even still, like, I don't think I've shared that I'm in school. I'm going back for computer science, not for any particular reason, because I love my job. I work for a public school system as an electronics technician. That energy doesn't need to be had here, and honestly, I could just make videos all I want because at the end of the day, either people are going to watch them or they're not. No matter how much editing goes into what I have to say and the ideas behind it, it's better, I think, to put out some ideas in a poor format rather than put out no ideas trying to perfect how you're going to syntactically put the words together. And again, I hope that moving forward, I'm able to make more content and more videos for this channel because honestly, I think I would love to be Sticky Basket as much as I can. Sticky Basket's such a fun character to play, but I think the issue is I haven't really been in a gaming mood as of recently. And I do want to make another Let's Play video for you. I know when I used to make videos early on, I would talk about the greatest game ever made, Dark Souls, and I have some opinion shifts of that game that I would love to get into, but honestly, it's going to be the next video. I'm going to be making a Dark Souls video. I know how to beat the game, so I'll just go in, beat it for you, and then give you a quick overview of everything I know about Dark Souls. Quick, easy video. Shouldn't be any problem. And now that I've promised it to you on YouTube, I'm forced to do it. I'm not able to go back like I would be able to go back on like the description of a video and change it and be like, oh, well, I mean, I only said I really like Dark Souls. I didn't. Like my last video before I took a massive break was a Code Veins video where all I did was talk about how much I would rather be playing Dark Souls. And then it feels as if this entire channel is culminated to this Dark Souls Let's Play. So we're going to go ahead and get that out of the way. Thank you for joining me again. I really appreciate it. I'm hopeful that as I talk more and make more videos for you, I'll get better about my presentation skills. But until I see you next time, this has been Sticky Basket. Signing off. I'm sorry I did that. I'm sorry. Hopefully I'll have a video next week. I'm sorry. Bye.